episode 2 Angry Geeks. I'm your host, Lewie Perry, and look who finally showed up, the missing guy. I don't know if you caught, we got a special guest back. Ace Fett, cosplay on the budget. We'll talk to him in a minute.
My allergies are working.
Did you see the picture I posted yesterday? Every group has one. You had the retard, which is Jeremy, the mature guy, James Gagner, and the guy that always gets lost, and the one cocky asshole.
The one cocky asshole, yeah. Which is usually me and my group.
But in Team Angry, the guy who always gets lost.
Wasn't lost. I was sick.
I was sick.
Because he got
How was the
dog.
roller derby? Ah, never mind. You got lost.
No, I got
Anyway,
sick.
welcome.
You didn't go to that either?
No.
No.
Some superhero he is, man.
I know. Absolutely.
And
I am braving demons, goblins, ghosts, zombies.
he also don't have
Walking
allergies.
around Fright Kingdom with Katie Halfdead, the Boston Joker's daughter.
Did that dog come walking
When she
through,
did,
my
I'll
allergies
tell
are
you-
done.
Quiet 1 second.
As
we were walking through Fright Kingdom, right?
You're welcome, America.
They called out, because I had our cameraman Will and I had Team Angry Junior member Christian with me. And we walked in, we had a private walkthrough of the whole facility.
That's cool.
The second we walked in this one area, it is screamed out, 3 geeks for dinner. Then my name is being called and whispered as hands are coming through the wall.
That's funny.
And kids, that's why you never tell a stranger your name. You're welcome.
We're not strangers. We're in the computers and household of.
And eventually I'm gonna get a white van.
And your bank account. And your bank account. Yes, we are.
Well, how was New York Comic Con?
Ugh.
Oh, come
on.
You're gonna have to check my YouTube channel for the full review of the last 5 conventions I've gone to, but I gave it a 4 out of 10.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem, man.
The Holy Grail for me, almost.
You wanted to
Stephen
sing a
Amell
little song
sign
for you?
arrow #1. You braved what? 3 hours it was?
A little over 3 hours, yeah. A little over 3 hours. I stayed in line longer for my wife's autograph. Though.
Oh, I know.
A lot longer.
I read, but this is going to go up on the wall.
4 hours in line.
And then I will break in and I'll steal it.
And who was it for?
Jennifer Morrison. She plays the main character Emma on the show Once Upon a Time. Really good show. My wife's got me into it now. I like it. So
Disney princess.
it's actually a dark twist on it, though. It's not like
Really?
If it wasn't for the fact that it had some dark moments to it, I wouldn't even watch it. But it's not like that. Oh my God, Prince Charming! It's not like that.
Didn't they try to with the one Alice in Wonderland thing series? Like they try to.
Yeah, Alice. They did try it like that, but that was so wrong in so many ways. Like they didn't do it. They didn't do the characters justice. They made everything weird. With this show, it's everything fits. Like from the Wicked Witch to Prince Charming and everything. It's not what you think. You know what I mean? Like Prince Charming looks like the guy that would work at your local Starbucks.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like he's not that dreamy kind of guy. You know what I mean? He's just like an average guy. Okay. And then even like Snow White's an average looking girl. She's that chick from He's Just Not That Into You, that movie. So it's like it's a believable.
That's the story of your life.
Yeah, she's just not that into you. No matter
Well,
how well you draw.
You're right. I'm not that into you.
And by the way, just to go on the record, I was not mad, nor did I get mad for you finding. Pull the picture up. I love that. I don't know why in the world you thought I would be mad over that.
I was like, he's probably gonna be upset. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Not at all. Not in the least.
But
I mean, did you see what people are doing with that?
I saw Jessica's this morning from
Oh
that
my
selfie
God.
that you guys had.
Yes, that is, and that's her wig that's actually falling into my
I know
hair.
she was doing what, lollipop.
She was doing lollipop.
Okay.
I believe it was at
Was that Boston?
no, it was in Bridgeport.
Was it?
Yep, and we were sitting there, the two of us, and she grabbed me. We took the selfie, and her wig just happened to fall into my. It looked perfect, and then of course Joe started it all. So kudos to you guys. That was
And here I
very
thought
funny.
you were gonna go at Bird of Prey, Black Canary for cosplay.
No, I'm thinking about it. I got my cosplay guru.
You thinking about going at Black Canary?
No.
That would make you honorary
What's
cosplayer
funny
of
is
the
when
month.
That
Joe
would-
did the side-by-side composite, the old Incredible Hulk, Bill Bixby, Lou Ferrigno show popped into
That's
my
what
head.
I wrote.
And I saw what you wrote out, and I started dying laughing. I was like, oh, he understands.
That's what I wrote. Don't make him angry. He turns into an angry geek.
Yeah.
I thought that was very, very classical funny. Very funny. So no, I was not mad at you at all.
Should have seen the guy's face when I asked him to take the picture.
It's apparent in the picture. It's like, what the hell are you doing?
I'm like, I gotta take a picture. You look at my friend, click, and he's like, I didn't even let him say yes or no, but it was funny. What would be even better was if I had the shirt with me and I had him hold it up. That would have been hysterical, but I forgot the shirt at home.
That would have been funny. Very, very funny. All right, so Frozen. Last time you guys were here, you were talking. See you live.
We were talking about.
That's all we did on the train.
Okay, you guys were talking about
Tossing baby to the zombies.
I'm all caught up with everything. Everything I'm caught up with, so we can talk about anything.
Okay.
Flash, Gotham, Arrow, I'm all walking down. I'm caught up with everything.
Well, what I'm talking about our last visit when we're sitting there, and happy birthday, by the way, and happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Happy.
I don't know how many years it is.
2 years.
Is it 2?
Yeah,
That's it?
absolutely.
Jesus, and I haven't killed you yet.
Close.
We already did my theory about marriage.
So anyway, as we were sitting there
I'm gonna
at
feed her to the zombies when they come.
the last, I'm trying to get something heartfelt out.
Oh, in that case, I'm walking.
Sit down. We're
And
gonna be
now,
talking
yes,
about-
Oh, my back.
from Hallmark.
No. After we ate dinner last time you guys were here, we sat down with Rose and we talked about Frozen. For the next 4 days, that's all we heard about it. And it's actually on, I'm going to get to that song in a second. It's actually on Stars. We're going to be watching it. The last wrestling event we went to, the girl, if you watch the video, there's a girl, she sings the national anthem, so on and so forth. She sung that song during an interview. Last week at Fright Kingdom, they had like a homemade ice cream place right next to us. They were selling ice cream as people were coming out of the main attraction. The kid that's there, I forget his name, but we have some footage. I'm going to see if I can find it. He actually got on camera with me and sang Let It Go.
There you go, sing it. I'll do a mashup of Let It Go and Let Her Go. Okay. Let it go, let it go. You only need the light when it's burning low. Let it go, let it go. You only miss the sun when it starts to snow. 'Cause here I stand, and here I'll stay. You only know you love her when you let her go. Ho! The cold never bothered me anyway. You just blew me away.
So,
With this damn movie.
because of
Oh,
you
with
two,
this
I
damn
cannot
song.
escape friggin' Frozen.
Now you know how I feel about the Black Panther.
T'Challa.
Everywhere.
And we were just making a joke out of it, like we were talking about Little Ass Kicker, aka Judith Grimes in Walking Dead. Let it go.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be dark and sinister. There was nothing cute about it.
No, and it just like blew up. Actually. just
Anybody
blew
else
up.
get a tear when like he showed up and grabbed his baby? Anybody else tear up?
I didn't watch it.
Well, even Daryl.
I'm a little tired.
I was surprised at that.
I
was
haven't
like,
watched
wow,
it
they
yet.
made Daryl cry. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
they made Daryl.
Can't make Daryl cry.
Well, they
Boondock
did.
Saints.
They did. They
Boondocks.
He cried.
Boondock Saints.
They made Daryl.
She has no idea what you're talking
I
about.
know. I saw the look
I
up
have
here like
one.
this.
I
And
have
that street flame. I'm sorry.
I have two questions. So two things that they're bugging the hell out of me about Walking Dead last week.
Okay.
First, at the end of last season,
Have you read any of the comics?
no.
Okay, see, I've read the comics.
I got the compendium. Actually, Christian got the
Oh, yeah,
compendium.
compendium, okay.
Can they be? If you had to decide which one do you prefer, the comics or the show?
The comics.
Really?
That's what a lot of people are telling
The
me.
comics. Not that there's anything wrong with the show. I love the show, don't get me wrong. It's just that there's a lot of stuff in the show that wasn't in the comics, and vice versa. There's a lot of stuff in the comics that didn't make it to the show or whatever, but I mean, they're both equal. It's a great adaptation. It's one of the better adaptations that I've ever seen done. So in that sense, good job to AMC, but there is a lot of stuff in the comics that I prefer over, you know what I mean, than the show.
Well, my
was your
thing is
question?
my gripe is last season before everyone got thrown into the empty train car. You had, I think it's Rosalie, the one that's with Eugene, the girl, the badass girl, the army girl.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, she was wearing shorts that a Playboy centerfold should wear. Really, really.
I missed
short.
this.
Hold on. Well, wait, let me finish. She gets thrown into the train car. Now, the lesbian that was with Glenn,
Hot damn.
she got her leg caught and she was limping around and couldn't run around. How come when they got out of the car last week, Rosalie or whatever her name is had long pants on and the lesbian was fine?
Can we go back to?
And it was only supposed to be a 5, 10, maybe 15-minute interval between the three?
It's supposed to actually be a couple days.
Okay. Where did
That's
she
what
get the pants
That's
from?
what it's supposed to be. I don't know where the pants came
Okay,
from, but
watch.
to answer the question with the
ankle?
the ankle, it was supposed to be a couple days.
But
Is what
she
it
was
is.
sprinting.
You know what I mean?
Your
So I
ankle's
did
still sore.
go back to the fact that there's a hot chick with Playboy jeans on, shorts on,
Shorts.
and a lesbian
Yeah.
in a box cart.
Yep.
There's so a Hugh Hefner joke right there.
Yeah, but you watched season 3, right? So you know she's lesbian.
Yeah.
Oh no, I stopped watching. I got bored with it, and I got caught up with my drawing.
On top of that, that's not even what Rick says at the end of season 4. He doesn't say these people are going to realize who they're dealing with. If you read the comics or even
I know Christian told me he did. This is what he's talking
if
about.
you watch the Blu-ray, he actually cusses.
Really?
So I mean, I don't know why they couldn't put that in the show. There's plenty of cuss words in that show.
Don't they show people getting their neck ripped out? Didn't T-Dog get turned into like a buffet?
You always go to the black guys.
Well, black guy got the worst.
hey, I don't want to hear that because DC, and we'll probably talk about that. There's something unprecedented going on with DC that Marvel will not attempt this for this run of cinematic universe films. If you saw all that, you saw the release dates for everything.
Yeah.
And we'll, when we get to that, there's a couple comments I want to make, but
Okay.
you're gonna be happy about this.
Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Are you gonna go back? Oh, I know you.
Okay, we're back. What the hell are you
Seriously?
talking about?
What the hell am I talking about? All right, so
I saw the list of movies.
you saw the list of movies. Have you
Correct.
seen the list of actors?
Yes, and the whole Flash thing and the television thing doesn't sit right with me, but...
I'd rather have Grant Gustin. I like Grant Gustin, don't get me wrong, but they're not doing Barry Allen in the Flash. They're going to end up doing Wally West.
Oh, okay, that even better.
Which
but
is
how come
why-
Wally West is supposed to be a black guy in the cartoon, and the TV series is that...
Hold
doesn't
on.
work?
They're doing that, but this is a whole different universe, though. This isn't the same.
You live in a different universe.
Yeah, so you know what? It's very nice there.
Oh!
Go visit.
We're going to see Knockback Kit at Rhode Island again. He wants to do an interview with us.
Of course, we still gotta do.
Yeah.
I'm still
gonna
gonna
happy to
encourage you to slide off that car, man. I know you've done it before. You know, we'll make up a scenario, man.
And
Hood
Joe's
slides?
going
Were you hood sliding?
Joe's going to
Like
hood
TJ
slide.
Hooker?
No, like Michael Knight did over. He's going to hood slide over.
And
Kit.
you do the hood
So
slide.
anyway,
Yeah, so Ezra Miller is playing the Flash, who is openly gay. So, for DC.
yeah.
Okay.
Also, Green Lantern will not appear before any of those. You saw the release date for Green Lantern, so
Yeah,
obviously
2010,
they're gonna throw him in Justice League either 1 or 2. But being said, they're gonna reboot the whole thing, and it comes out the same weekend that Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern came out in 2011. I'm hearing that it's Jon Stewart.
It's
That
because
makes sense.
it's because, and I said this before.
If they're gonna relaunch it,
Yeah, I said this before. The kids did not know who Hal Jordan was.
Oh yeah.
They only knew Jon Stewart because of the TV.
because of the TV show, so it makes sense to relaunch him again. Black actor, so progress. Also,
Cyborg also getting
so
him.
Cyborg, Ray Fisher, black actor. Shazam, Black Adam is The Rock. He's an Islander. He's
Yes.
mixed.
Yep.
Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman, mixed.
Aquaman.
All right, Aquaman, Jason Momoa, mixed. So they are trying to do something that Marvel hasn't even attempted. There's no main
Hold on.
characters.
If we do a demographic, in EMEA, do they have a more diverse?
That's what they're going for.
Cast?
That's why they're saying that this run of DC movies will be a little bit more successful, because if they do fall flat on their face and they end up doing numbers of like the original X-Men movies that were good but not that great like the Avengers, then it'll be okay because of the
demographics. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Demographics.
So you got to look at it that way.
Yes.
Because think about the 2 standalone movies. You know, I mean, you got Wonder Woman.
I'm curious about. Oh, you forgot. Oh yeah, Middle Eastern. How do you say her name?
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think of the pictures of what's supposed to be? It could either be Atlantis or Themyscira in Mexico.
Oh, I didn't watch.
I'm thinking Themyscira.
I'm thinking Themyscira too, but we're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna go that route, just because again, from the TV show, she's been recent, because as you know, DC knocks out an animated movie every damn year, so she's
Knocks out
been
a part
recent.
two.
Oh, they're knocking 3 out.
You know, yeah. So and Marvel doesn't do that. You know, Disney doesn't put out a lot of movies a year. They put 1, maybe 2, and that's about it.
And then the rest of it's like bring back out for the 90s.
Yeah. So it's like if they fail, it's not going to matter. It's not going to be, I mean, people forget they hold the Harry Potter franchise. They hold, what is the other big franchise that they hold?
Jurassic Park,
yeah.
But they really
Star Wars.
But they're counting on the DC movie because Disney.
No, I mean,
Warner.
Warner
Warner,
Brothers.
yeah.
They hold Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So like, if they don't make a ton of money off, it's not going to be that big.
And keep in mind, they said that they're going to be pumping $2 billion a year to get the film advertised.
And they're only releasing.
They are not playing.
People think 10 by the year 2020, and it's 2014 now, and the first one coming out, 2016?
Yes.
Is the first release? People think that's a lot of movies. Think about it. It's 2 a year.
Yeah.
It's not that much.
That's what Marvel does now.
Possibly 3, though. You
That's
think
what
about it.
Marvel
They
does
never
now.
really said anything about the Batman and Man of Steel 2.
Well, technically, Man of Steel 2 is supposed to be Dawn of Justice.
No, it's not.
It's supposed to be done, but the thing is they're not getting, and everybody's pissed about that. The fact that
Why?
because the fact that Superman's not getting his own sequel by himself.
No, yeah,
It's a mini Justice League movie because look at all the characters that are going to make appearances to set up for Justice League.
And it's also called Dawn of Justice, and it's Batman versus Superman. It's not Superman versus Batman.
I just want to see that badass Batmobile.
I like that everybody needs to stop bashing Ben Affleck. I'll be the first one to say that when I heard it, I wasn't that excited up until recently. He is Frank Miller's Batman.
He's jacked right now.
You know what I mean? Think about Frank Miller's Batman. Frank Miller's Batman's older.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Affleck fits that, and by the time Justice League 2 comes out, I think he'll be 48. If I'm doing my math right, but think about that.
How old is he right now?
I think he's like 40,
40.
42 or something like that. He's still fairly young. He got really in shape. Like, he bulked up like Henry Cavill did for Man of Steel. He's solid right now, man. He's so
huge.
solid. He's really taking on the character, and he's going to be...
And he had shirts made up for himself that say Batfleck.
Yeah, for me, he's got that anger side of Frank Miller's Batman that we need, that we saw briefly in Batman Begins, and then lost it in The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises.
Mm-hmm.
I never really cared for those. Really. Only, like, the Joker. That was it. They were good for their time. You know what it was? It was the fact that...
Suicide Squad.
Can't wait for that. So, it was the fact that it came out right after Batman, Joe Schumacher movies. You know, it's like the person that bring in the bad tasting potato salad.
They're coming up on 27 years, I think. It's almost 30 years for Batman.
Yeah.
For their movie.
1989.
Tim Burton's, yeah, right?
Yeah,
So,
1989.
it's insane. I mean, but see, that's what they just do. They just reboot. So, I mean, it's...
And sometimes it doesn't work out too well if you look at the Amazing Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, come on. They weren't that bad. Were they good as Sam Raimi? Of course not. But
see, I never cared for the originals because I didn't like Tobey Maguire.
Really?
I didn't think he was a Peter Parker. I liked what they did with the movie, but as 3 came up, they just started throwing characters in there left and right.
Well, that's what happened when you get too many cooks.
Well, that's what they did with Batman and Robin, and that's what they did with Batman and Batman.
Which is why those movies sucked.
Oh, badly.
Which is why we pretend that George Clooney and Val Kilmer never put on a bat suit ever.
What are you talking about?
Batman Forever. Yeah,
never heard of him.
Yeah, never heard of him.
This one of your fantasy stories. You been reading his online fantasy stories?
No, you know what I
That's
noticed?
underneath a totally different name and a totally different group.
Okay.
Up next on next week's Angry Geek Show, Lewis's Diary. No, we understand each other, like what shouldn't be made into a movie, who shouldn't. I mean, because we're fans of the comics. It's like all these fans of the movies don't understand the essence of what the characters should be.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
is there people that don't like? I go to the James Bond franchise because I remember talking to. I talked to 2 people. There was one person that read the books, the other person that didn't read the books. He didn't know about the movies. The person that knew about the movie hated the fact that Daniel Craig was James Bond. The person that read the book said, "Yes, it's James Bond."
I've read all the Bond books, and I got to tell you, I love Daniel Craig. He is Sean Connery was my favorite up until Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig is my favorite now. He is Bond. Arrogant, ass kicking, just a pain in your ass. He is my Bond.
I could be Bond.
You could be Bond. And I've seen those. Oh my god! I stumbled across an old picture of Louis wrestling. I started dying laughing, man. But it's I mean, but
I didn't want to see
how many times that's rebooted. Doctor Who has done it so much that they've turned it into a storyline.
Oh, I love Doctor Who. I love Peter Capaldi.
But that's what I'm saying. They've turned it into a story. They've literally put it into their storyline.
But I wouldn't consider those reboots. I would just say like this continuing the chapter with just a different character.
But remember the originals failed, and then they just kept going on and on and on.
Which original you talking about?
The original had a cult following.
Oh,
It wasn't
the Doctor
successful.
Who?
Yeah, it wasn't successful in
No,
numbers.
but that what happens in
Long
America.
scarf.
That what happen when you get Hollywood fingers in the pudding.
If you think about it, how successful is the Twilight Zone?
It's huge, but it
Yeah.
failed.
Cult, but
on
it failed.
TV.
It was on what, 3 seasons or something
Same
like that?
thing with Star Trek.
Yeah,
The original
numbers.
Star
Yeah, the
Trek.
original Star Trek was 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Numbers wise, it sucked. Cult following wise, that's just what happens. You just need to develop that niche, that you find, and fans will love it forever. So it's, I mean, I like
V's the same way.
Yeah,
V's the same way.
Till they try to bring it back.
and V bombed in the movies, and I mean bombed. And Mark Singer was just, even he said he's like, I thought we would do a whole lot better than this. You know what I mean? And when Beastmaster talks, you listen.
Beastmaster, they got to reboot that and reboot it right.
No, please don't.
Well, they have to do it right.
It's a part of my childhood, man. If they change the ferrets for like 2 squirrels, I'm gonna be pissed.
No. I mean,
They would have changed for ferret,
No.
they squirrel. They changed it for chipmunks.
No,
Hello, Alvin.
Yeah, Alvin.
No. We talked about this, and if they reboot Beastmaster, they have to do it 100% right.
Who would you get to play Beastmaster
Who would I get today?
today? Think
I'll
about
go
it.
with
Think
people.
about how Mark Singer looked because he was jacked.
I will go
He
with
wasn't jacked,
somebody.
He's
but
a
he
Shaolin Kung Fu artist
Yeah,
too.
he
He did all
looks
his own stunts in
good.
fighting. See, Mark Singer, when he did Beastmaster, he was still relatively unknown. He only did If You Could See What I Hear about the blind guy.
About the blind guy,
True
yeah,
story.
I remember that.
And that was it.
He was on TV, did a couple
Yeah,
guest
he
spots
did.
on soap operas.
Yeah, and that
But
was
about
it. And then all of a sudden, this movie came out this summer. What was it? 82? 81? 83? It was.
It was one of those.
And Tanya Roberts actually got top billing, and Mark Singer, the Beastmaster, and everyone flocked to the theater, and just fell in love with this story. And then they came out with 2 other ones that were just awful.
Don't forget the series.
That was just terrible. I
A giant bone for a staff.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never
It
seen
was a
that series
giant,
in my life.
and it magically turned to a sword.
But there's nobody out there right now that would come close to being Beastmaster. That's like, don't get me wrong, I love Tom Hardy. Really, really love Tom Hardy. I'm anxious to see
Mad Max.
if they pick him to be Apocalypse. But as far as Mad Max is concerned, I think the reason Max was so believable is because he didn't look like
A jacked up superhero. He was Mel Gibson in a leather jacket.
yeah,
I
you know
never
what I
really
mean?
considered Tom
He was
Hardy
similar.
and Jack. I mean, I wasn't even impressed.
Have you ever seen Bronson?
Have you ever seen Warrior? He is huge.
Okay, now he did Bane and like got milk.
Well, it's
He was bigger. He was actually bigger in Warrior, I think. Muscle wise, he was cut.
Yeah.
He was a little more
in
defined.
Warrior. He was huge.
Oh, Warrior, yeah.
And in Bronson, he was just like
He was an
mad.
animal in Bronson.
Yeah, and that's what made, oh my God, Tom Hardy. Everyone was freaking out about him because the guy was huge and he can act. But then you watch This Means War, and like any actor, you're going to buff up for the role, you're going to do what it has to take. Oh, then your next role, which was Lawless, he had to shrink down.
Mm-hmm.
So you lose weight. Your trainer has got you on diets and stuff.
It's
So
like
you're-
Gerard Butler when he did for 300, and then all of a sudden turns around and does that Jennifer Aniston movie he does and had to put on 50 pounds of gut.
yeah, it's just like, woof, you're up and down. And that they were complaining about Christian Bale because he went from being, buff in Batman Begins, then The Machinist, he had to lose all kinds of weight, became really, really skinny.
No, Machina came first.
Yeah, Machinist came first.
Well,
Then
it
he
was-
stuffed his
But
face.
but think about it though. American Psycho came before Machinist, and how jacked was he in American Psycho?
Yeah, because he had to fit that.
And then all of a sudden he off for the Machinist. But then he did the same thing, Batman Begins. But then when he turns around and does the Fighter, look how much weight he lost in the Fighter.
Yeah.
Well,
He's a
had to
crackhead.
be- Yeah, he had to be a crackhead.
So, I mean, that's dedication. Say what you want about Christian Bale being an asshole on the set. That's dedication.
And good for you, you
Stallone-
say that. Good for you.
Stallone did the same thing for
Yeah, I did it.
Copland. He had to get very bloated to play that cop. I mean, first time
He almost
ever.
looked like Harvey Keitel.
I know. The first time you ever seen Stallone with a gut and not buff was watch Copland. He should have got an Oscar for that.
It was a
Oh,
good movie.
God.
It was a good movie.
And I know Mr. X right now is screaming at me saying he's gonna drop his sponsorship because he hates Stallone.
Does he really hate Stallone?
He hates Stallone.
Oh, yeah, you don't gotta like Stallone.
He does have a movie coming out that I do want to see. It look really good out. I think it's called
Rambo: Last Blood already done.
No.
Why are you laughing? Rambo's an American hero.
Yes, you want to say that.
They are. They're done filming that. I posted it. Actually,
Wait, they're making another Rambo?
It's already done.
Oh my god!
It's called Rambo: Last Blood.
I thought you were joking. Please
No.
be the last freaking movie. Please.
No, I tweeted it a couple weeks ago, and then it showed up on, of course, on Facebook. And
I'm
Mr.
looking
X,
forward to his movie called Reach Out. I think that's the name of it.
And Mr. X is like, I just died.
He can make 10 expendable movies, and I'll be okay with that.
No,
more
the
Rambos.
Expendables-
November,
flop.
the Blu-ray combo comes out in November.
It was okay.
Wesley Snipes was amazing.
He sold he saved it.
Yeah, they need to reboot Blade and put him in there and
No,
just
we're done
continue.
Oh, they're talking about it.
We're done
They're
with
talking
Blade.
about
I know they were checking to see if he was physically fit. That's why they wanted to see after Expendables.
Oh, he's still physically fit, just that.
Yeah, but do you see how old he looked?
Well, he had to look old anyway. I mean, think about it. You had the New Blood coming up.
Yeah.
You know, they call Barney, I got your kids. And
How great was Mel Gibson in that?
Oh, he was awesome.
How great!
He
I
was-
love you, Mel.
I can't wait for November when that DVD comes out. But then
Guardians of the Galaxy, December 9th, Blu-ray combo.
And I was just how dare you soil Stallone and the Expendables bringing up
I
a
can.
Marvel movie.
It was okay.
Anyway, speaking of Mr. X, let's talk about Artist of the Week, as he nominated the Artist of the Week.
He says it's a Stallone hard on. Really. Gotta work on.
Oh my god, my god, my god.
It's Rocky, man.
Stop talking.
You almost have to have a hard on for him.
Can I get to our Artist of the Week, please?
Go ahead.
Get ready to roll the footage. Mr. X nominates Peter Smitty for Artist of the Week.
All
Guys,
right,
pull that
Peter.
up. You know what? Okay,
I
good.
didn't like Hancock, but
No,
it was a
first of all, hey
confusing
guys,
movie.
welcome back. We were just discussing Hancock, but no, and
Hancock.
Stupid here doesn't realize. I said Hancock.
Douchebag over
I
here.
said Hancock was a confused movie.
How was it confusing?
Hold on.
I have super
Talk.
strength.
Talk.
That all. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Explain to you, and I'll
Okay,
tell
I
you
will
the-
explain to you.
Go ahead.
First thing, it was a good movie. Okay
was
movie,
a confusing
decent
movie.
movie. I'm looking forward to
All right.
this.
Do you want to know why?
Guy with
Hancock-
superpowers, get close to the girl he likes. All of a sudden, he doesn't have superpowers.
That's not what makes the movie confusing.
What make it confusing?
Is it didn't know if it wanted to be a comedy in the beginning of the movie or a serious action superhero movie. Right in the middle, it changed, and it's like, what the hell am I watching? Just like
You watching a damn
I
movie.
confuse Hancock with that movie, My Super Ex-Girlfriend. Whenever they're on, I don't know which one I'm freaking watching.
yeah, it's because it's a confused movie. You're watching.
They're
Am I
watching
watching a
Super-
comedy or am I watching?
Didn't
an
watch
action?
Super
The
Ex-
only reason I know I'm watching My Super Ex-Girlfriend is if I don't see Will Smith on the screen. Then I realize I'm watching that and not Hancock.
Didn't watch Super
Agreed.
Ex-Girlfriend.
Agreed.
Didn't care for it.
It
Hancock was like okay, decent, good, but yes, it did have a funny part. Yes, it did get a dark tone. There've been other movies like that, but it wasn't confusing. Really?
But again, he didn't wear a mask in that movie, so would he wear a
No,
mask?
he wore big ass sunglasses. Yeah.
that what the character called for.
I wouldn't cast him in Suicide Squad. I don't know who thought of that. I love Will Smith.
Well,
I love
the
it.
thing-
and I love After Earth.
We talked about that last time.
Chirping,
guys.
chirping crickets. I love After Earth. So that being said, I don't see him.
I don't see him
think he's
do
right
that
for Suicide
because
Squad.
I don't think he gonna want to be the he not gonna like the script. He gonna want to be the guy.
Yeah, he doesn't. do
I'm
supporting
the
roles.
leader. I'm the guy that make the final shot, not Deadshot, not Harley Quinn.
And
I
that's
love the
why.
fact that they're going to include Harley Quinn in that.
I know. And that's why he's not going to be in it. So we have no one to worry
Mr.
about.
J. Who are they going to get to play Harley Quinn?
Well,
The girl from the girl from Arrow.
oh,
She did it perfect. I mean, just the voice
We hope.
and everything. I know.
But since they already changed Grant Gustin,
I
what's
know.
wrong with you, DC?
I like
I know, I
it.
know.
Different universe. Keep them separate. Have fun with your TV show, Stephen Amell. Just deal with it.
I don't know. It's
All right, so what happens if they change Arrow? What happens if they change Oliver Queen for the Justice League movie?
major
I'm down with
backlash. Major backlash.
I'm down with it.
There's
Oh, I want Brandon Roth to be in Man of Steel.
Oh my God, he's ruining Arrow
he gotta
for me.
go
No,
be
he's
like
not. He's-
this?
well,
Oh,
see, I think
let's write a petition and make Brandon Roth be Man of Steel. Oh, they got Henry. They got Henry. Yes,
Urkel.
yes, washed up Stallone.
that was good. I like that one. That was good. I like that one.
I'm sorry about Expendable, but next time don't do PG-13.
Why was that PG-13? What happened? Can you not give me a rated
Cause
R?
we wanted the tweens. We wanted the little Vampire Diary watcher to go see our movie with old people. Wah.
Team Jacob. Oh, I thought we were 12.
Come to RPW tonight and see Ali and I both in the ring. It's going to be classic wrestling where I'm going to turn on them, and then the people that we're fighting are actually going to
What's
turn.
that, Grandpa? You gotta change the capita?
Seriously, come to RPW tonight.
Come to our... Yeah, say hi to us, guys. Definitely.
Yeah, please.
What were
You're
we talking-
totally lost.
How do they get anything done?
Lots of retakes.
We don't retake it. We just...
You just say hell with it. You watch it. You deal with
I mean,
it.
if you saw Team Angry, remember James Gagner at the Zombie Leaders roller derby event last week. Somebody just walked right in front of his camera. And he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. We got dogs barking. We got babies. It's all good. Don't worry." I'm like watching this interview.
And Team Angry going to meet us there at the wrestling event?
No. James actually has an event tonight with the real life heroes, the fire department.
Okay.
And
We should do the Angrygeeks show over there one day.
Yeah, we can do that.
Real superheroes.
Yeah, we can actually do that. We'll talk about it. James.
That's
Do
what
it.
happened.
And Jeremy, yes, he is missing in action, but he is fine, everybody. I'm getting messages. Where's Jeremy? He lost his phone. Don't ask.
But does he? So what? He forgot his Saturday.
No, actually, last weekend was Zoe's birthday, and he's very, very sick, and he's actually, he's.
I've got a phone for Jeremy. If you looked at my post, I've got the iPhone 7 XL. If you guys want that, I'm taking pre-orders.
And it doesn't bend.
All right, where were we? Because we did get way off track here. We were talking about.
We were talking about them changing Oliver Queen, and
there's going to be serious backlash.
Yes, it will be backlash.
I'll be
yes.
over here being okay with it.
No,
I
yeah,
thought
well,
you were listening.
But
to
you know what? I
Night
like
at
the
Roxbury
show,
theme.
and I'm gonna like the movie. Hopefully.
What is love? Glass.
Do you even know what we're talking about?
If they change him, I will stop watching Arrow.
Okay, hold on. Whoa.
Literally,
Whoa.
I will
Why
stop
would you
watching
stop
Arrow.
watching Arrow? Why? Because you're gonna compare.
No,
the
just
characters?
to be pissed at them.
But that gonna
That's-
hurt.
that's my form of
How that
rebellion.
gonna hurt? But that's
If
not gonna hurt
stops,
the movie.
if everybody stops
And the
watching
more-
Arrow, then
Okay, so you're gonna stop watching a show that is huge. It's a good show. It very much it very much is loyal to comic books, not the story itself, but to comic books. Compared to a movie that you're gonna watch for 2.5 hours, if that. And regardless, you boycott the show. Guess what? It's still not gonna stop people from watching Arrow the movie.
yeah, no, not the movie. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it. They finally got it right in the character, and for you to keep changing,
I know they had
stuff
a fold
and
up,
recasting and-
a fold up bow that turned into a paperclip. I'm sorry.
Well, if you notice in episode 2, that bow wasn't there.
Thank God.
Yeah, I kind of we talked about that.
That
the
was
next day.
though. It would have been kind of funny seeing him on the motorcycle. Also, he went.
I mean, upgrade the bow,
He's
but that was a little ridiculous.
right-handed.
I don't give a damn. It was a crappy. It was cheesy. I have a bow. That also a ballpoint pen. I could sign checks, and then I could whoop your ass.
You did it wrong.
Okay, back to Brandon Ralph ruining Arrow for
Oh
me.
yes. I think
Brandon Ralph ruined Arrow.
I think
Why is he in there?
because you're a hater. That's all. You just don't like Brandon
Why
Ralph.
is he in there? The minute he jumped on screen, I'm like, are you
Are you kidding me?
kidding me? Ah!
Why you hate me? Why you hate me?
You guys see my
like-
picture of me
you know-
punching Brandon Ralph in the face? I mean, it was a wax figure.
Okay,
but
okay. I'll let you. Why do you not like? Because you're the first one I heard that doesn't like Brandon Ralph as.
Ray Palmer.
Yeah, really. I'm surprised.
once you have one role that ruins it for me, it's going to take more than Ray Palmer.
That wasn't his fault. Bryan
it's
Singer
going to take
won.
more than one sequence of you acting to redeem yourself. And I'm sorry, Dylan Dog was so long ago that I don't even remember it.
You said you like Dylan
I
Dog.
love Dylan Dog, but he hasn't done anything since then. This is the first thing he's done since then. It's like, give me something else. Give me something else where you prove that you can act, and then I'll forgive Superman.
Now, you brought up the whole crossover between Arrow and Flash.
I have nothing to
the
say.
2-hour event, which is...
I can't wait.
Can't wait. It's going to be
Oracle.
awesome.
Spoiler alert.
Brandon,
I call it.
He is Oracle.
Brandon Routh is not going to actually become the Atom on Arrow. He's going to do it on Flash.
Good. I don't really,
But they questioned the fact that he was going to shrink. They said it might just deal with nanobots, but not necessarily him shrinking. Which I'm for. I think that would be kind of cheesy. It would bring me back to those. They were like a 1980s show that dealt with a guy that could shrink, and they were a bunch of people with superpowers.
The Incredible Shrinking Man?
No, Misfits of Science.
Yes, that.
Oh, okay.
It would bring every time I think of that. I'm gonna be thinking of that. Like, okay.
Well, they did have that really dumb mid '80s Justice League pilot that was so awful.
The rubber mask of Martian Manhunter.
It was so bad that it never made it on air. But you can find it at your local cons.
I'm pretty sure
they
you
have
find
it
it
on
on YouTube
DVD.
too.
And they're charging like $20 for it.
So you want
pilot episode?
So you really want to waste your money on that, or you can go on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you can find it.
Probably.
Yeah, but didn't they use the same
They got Megaforce on YouTube.
Megaforce. When I was a kid, I wanted to go see Ace Hunter so bad. I wanted to see that movie, and I went there and I walked out, and I was like,
He didn't like the motorcycle though.
Well, they can never get it. They can never get the motorcycle to fly. It can never work.
I know Johnny Ruckus watches your show, I think, and I think somebody had hinted on the fact that somebody should mention something about Ghostbusters.
Oh, the female cast?
The female cast.
Okay. Yeah, we know who Johnny Ruckus is. What do we think about Ghost Rusters? That was like the adult
Ghost
version.
Rusters, yes.
There's a ghost in town.
I think the female cast...
Slimer just slimed me.
I'm sorry, I apologize. I gotta be respectful too.
For a reboot... For a reboot or a Ghostbusters 3, my dream team for Ghostbusters was always
Sylvester Stallone.
Yep.
Sylvester Stallone, Stephen Amell, Grant Gustin.
I was gonna say Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I like that one better.
I was actually gonna say Ryan Reynolds, but anyway.
I love Ryan Reynolds.
I do too. That's what I was gonna say. Ryan Reynolds.
Stop hating on him. He is Hal Jordan.
No, exactly.
No, he not.
So what I was gonna say was my dream team always would have been Eddie Murphy. That's funny.
There goes it down.
I'm a white guy trying to do Eddie Murphy's laugh, and I do it better than you.
No, man. See, you've been hanging out with this dude too long. You gotta put more bass in your voice.
More bass in your
We're not
voice.
gonna fall for no banana.
Anyway, there's Eddie Murphy, John Candy, God rest his soul. Okay. Then
okay, go on.
Jim Belushi, God rest his soul.
That would actually been funny.
That would have been actually really good.
Yep, and then just get the straightest actor you can get, Martin Short. That's my dream team.
What, to play like Rick Moranis' version?
No, to be like the next team of Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay.
Well, the only
That's my
thing
team.
I
Either
didn't
Martin
say
Short
Chris Farley right now, but since he died, like Chris Farley would have been a good substitute. For
either Martin Short or Owen Wilson.
See,
to be the straight guy.
See, I'm not a fan of Owen Wilson.
Well, he just if you think about his,
but he is that quirky.
Exactly. Exactly. But as for the all.
It's like
we just had this conversation on the train the other day.
Really?
I literally had like an hour-long conversation.
For people that don't know, I forgot the director name, but he really wanted to do a female cast.
Who, Ivan Reitman?
Yes, he wanted to do a female cast of Ghostbusters film.
He's talking about not Ivan Reitman's gone.
No. Okay, you guys talk about dead people for some reason. It kind of creeped me out.
It's October. It's Halloween time.
I could give a damn. So, they talk about the new director. I forgot his name, but he mainly do female all-cast films. And we kind of know who he's going to...
Roger Corman?
You got a computer there, Santa. Why don't you go on there and Google it for us?
No, I don't have to.
Yeah, because the thing's still...
Oh, do you want to Google who the director of the new Ghostbusters is, please?
Possibly. And so they think he's going to do an all-female cast. He even said he'd be interested.
They're doing an all-female cast, but the problem was Ernie Hudson says it's a mistake. He's already been caught on camera saying it. Bill Murray says that he would be interested in a cameo
Bill
as
Murray.
a ghost.
as a ghost
As a
if
ghost.
it's done right.
Bill Murray can stop.
But the hour-long conversation that I had on the train in New York Comic Con the other day with some Ghostbusters fans was, who right now, female actor-wise, who has the chops to be cast? Because what they were talking about originally
Tina
was they were
Fey.
going to do their daughters.
Tina Fey.
That's what we suggested.
Okay, but
Tina
this is
Fey
what's
as
gonna happen.
Harold Ramis as
Okay,
Egon.
so what's going to happen is you're going to get Tina Fey,
This is what they
Sandra
probably.
Bullock.
This is the one they probably.
Jennifer
Did we
McCarthy,
say we're gonna get Sandra Bullock?
and
They're not gonna get her. They're gonna get the lady from.
If she loses a little bit of weight, I would take Melissa McCarthy as Bill Murray's daughter.
yep. And then you're going to have, so you'll have,
Aisha Taylor
yes.
as Ernie Hudson's daughter.
Yes, that would be perfect.
Because
Okay.
she does Archer, so we already know she's raunchy.
Yeah.
she's
And whose
somewhat-
line is it anyway?
Which she's terrible at. She's not really funny. Thank God.
And they ended
She really is a comedian?
They need new writers.
They end it all at the same
always-
time
she
as
not-
what just happened. Every episode she says that.
What is this?
Whose line is it anyway?
You guys actually watched that?
Yeah.
I love that show.
When Drew Carey was on it,
Drew
that
Carey
the
was
best.
amazing. I love Colin Mockery, Ryan Stiles.
I'm gonna take my chance.
My
with the
favorite
ass with the
episode is
dog.
when Robin Williams was on there.
I got stretched.
All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back because he's got.
No,
his
you guys
hands in a
keep going. I'm
bunch.
going to sit
Nope.
down.
Is this Cosplayer of the Week?
Yes, we're gonna do cosplayer of the week. Cosplayer of the week was actually nominated by Sarah Hodge Weatherby, who I want to apologize because every time I see this poor woman at a con, unless she's in one costume, I never recognize her. I walk right by her, she talks to me, and I'm
That's
like,
not what you told me.
"Who are-" you know it because we had Sarah on the.
That's not what you told me.
We had Sarah on the show.
That
at
2-hour
Big
ride.
Bone.
I have a memory like a trap jaw.
No, you don't.
Wait, wasn't Trapjaw stupid?
No. I'm talking
Anyway,
about Bear Trap.
Oh, Bear Trap. Don't say Trapjaw then.
our cosplayer of the week should have been last week, but we're going to do it this week. Very lovely girl, Miss
We'll edit that part out.
Misa on Wheels.
Misa on wheel.
Misa on Wheels.
Anyway, see you guys next week. I want to thank our sponsors, K&S Collectibles.
Did we do
RPW.
Did we even talk about anything today? We never do.
Our show, we never talk about anything on our show. Have you ever watched our show after it's edited?
No.
I don't know why we have fans.
We talked about a lot today.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem so. 45 minutes goes by way.
I even posted. I posted online. I was like, "There's so much to talk about. I think we need a part 1 and a part 2."
I know, I've seen that. Anyway, thanks
All right, guys.
LHV Publishing, RPW Wrestling, and Mr. X Comics, of
See you
course.
guys in the
Ghost
bar.
Alone.